What up? It's the real Keith. Any other fabrication of your imagination.
And we back with another chapter of Ragnarok Chapter 110. And the chapter starts where we left off with Odin and Kentucky fighting. Kentucky's right arm is glowing, with the crowd saying he looks just like a god. And Odin saying that it's absurd that Kentucky says that he inherited the will of Gollnir. And it looks like Kentucky's axe grew even bigger than it already was. And it says his golden lightning axe that he attacks Odin with. And he uses a name technique called the Furious Flash, but Odin blocks it, which is a lightning fast combo bathed in brilliant light. But Odin doesn't even seem bothered by the attack at all. Now it looks like Odin is using some type of chant and a spell that sent Kentucky flying back. And I think the spell is called Six Curse Him Counter Core Shredding Shadow. And Odin didn't do any type of movement or anything, so this is like the first time we've seen anything magic based throughout the whole series. And it sent Kentucky flying back into the wall, and it says that Lord Odin's song is echoing throughout the whole Valhalla, and it was considered offense and defense at the same time. And Musashi and Sasaki were trying to figure out what type of technique he was using, and they both agreed that it wasn't even a technique, it was a power from the gods. But Kentucky wasn't really bothered by the attack itself and gets right back up. And Zeus seems to be upset, asking Brynhild what was that just now, and that Kentucky is using a god's power, questioning what is that mark on his hand. And it's a rune of a primordial god. Zeus is saying that thing shouldn't even exist, and why is it even on Kentucky? Just what is Kentucky? And Brynhild goes on to say he is definitely a human, but he is the only human with the blood of the primordial gods in his veins, so he is somewhat related to the primordial gods that Odin is trying to bring back. And Zeus just looks very surprised. And just like Zeus, Odin is trying to understand, how does Kentucky know anything about Gollnir, and how does he have the rune? And Kentucky goes on to say that he know Odin once was a nameless god, and also the last surviving member of the Gollnir people. And the crowd looked shocked because they didn't know Odin used to be a nameless god, don't know anything about the Gollnir people, and how this human knows more about something the gods don't even know. But we also see Shiva, and he just is unbothered by it and just want to see them fight. And Thor is also just completely unbothered, not saying a single word, like he has been doing the whole entire tournament. And we see Ares is just as lost as ever, talking about Kentucky must be drunk or something. And we see Hermes actually is pretty bothered by it, and he tells Ares to actually shut up. This is the first time we see Hermes bothered. And now we get a flashback, and it speaks on the Gollnir people who were purged from Valhalla, and it seems like they're intertwined to Ragnarok, having to do with the truth of the world. And we see some goddess whose power has, I guess, something to deal with plant life or life in general, because she's growing plants. And her name is Irene, and another god runs up to her, and this god talks about a blueprint for some gloves that he's created, made of ultra dense orichalcone fiber, and basically the ultimate shield. So he's talking about Thor's gloves. Irene is a primordial god, great light goddess, and these two gods are a couple. And he still goes on about the gloves that he created, saying they're too heavy, maybe nobody can handle them. And this other god name is Gollnir, who is the primordial god, the great inventor god. And that's where the chapter ends. So this is a pretty short chapter. We get to see Odin actually use magic for the first time. We find out that Kentucky is related to the primordial god Gollnir, and we got to find out that the god that Odin took over was a part of the Gollnir race. But that's really about it. Hopefully next chapter we get to find out more about what happened to the extinction of the Gollnir race and who was the god Odin took over. But if you want more Record of Ragnarok reviews, like, share, and subscribe, and also for versus battles, and follow Universal Debates on Facebook.